In the previous lesson, we have added our game form. This form will let the user create a game from the front end. And the data is being stored here in the Cloud Firestore. Now, in this lesson, we are going to fetch all the data available in the database and display here in the dashboard. Now, let's get back to the editor and figure out how we can do that. Here, after the game form, we are going to add a row and there will be some columns. In each column, we are going to have a card. That card will display a particular game. Here inside the card, we have added all the information that we need regarding a game. Here we have the game image, title, developer, publisher, and the game description. And finally, in the card actions section, we will have an edit and delete button. However, I have not added the edit button yet. We will do that later. For now, let's add a method which is going to fetch all the games from the database and push into an array. We have imported auth, storage, and games collection from Firebase. Now let's add methods here. Here you can see we are executing the web method on our games collection and we are passing get me the games where the user ID is currently logged in users UID. And this get method is going to get all the records. Now, once we get the query snapshot, we are going to loop through all the data. One user may have uploaded one or more games. So the query snapshot definitely going to have one or more number of records. So we are going to use for each here to loop through the data available in the query snapshot. And here we have added a condition to check whether the current document that we are looping through contains an image or not. If the image is available, then in that case, we are going to get the download URL of that particular image. Here you can see we are using storage, which is Firebase storage, and we have some chain methods, ref child get download URL. And inside the child method, we have passed the image data that we have stored inside the firestore. If the image is available, we are going to store the download URL in the variable image. Otherwise, it will be an empty string. Now let's push all the data into the array. Here inside the push method, you can see only the document ID is directly accessible. For the other fields, we need to access it with the data method. Now we should be able to get the games. However, we need to call this getGames method in order to fetch the data. And we can do that inside the mounted method, as we have added this method as async. So we need to make sure that we also set mounted as async. And then we are going to call this with await. Now let's save this and give it a try. Here we can see we are successfully getting the image as well as the other data available from the firestore as well as the storage. So this is the way to fetch data from firestore as well as Firebase storage.